Hey, what's up everybody, it's your boy Lou Streets. I'm back with another segment of LS Vision. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you are a regular here, thanks for returning. If you're new here and want to enjoy some quality gaming content uploaded consistently, hit subscribe and stick around. This is the place to be. Okay, so today is May 29th, which means that this past Sunday was the conclusion of the very first Combo Breaker tournament that included Mortal Kombat 11. First and foremost, I want to congratulate Scar on the impressive win over Sonic Fox in the finals. Very entertaining matches, and of course you just love to see the upset anyway. Outside of that, we all know what we were looking for and we didn't get it. We're all aware of it at this point. It was some type of DLC reveal to go along with Shang Tsung, which was confirmed already for Mortal Kombat 11. And ever since then, Ed Boon has been tweeting Ed Boon things, and we are following his account like the brain dead zombies that we are, trying to find some type of clue to who's coming. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with Ed Boon since Injustice 2, then you know that when it comes to DLC and fighter packs, he loves to troll us. So let me go ahead and get into these tweets. Okay, so on 5/27, he tweeted out, "What a brilliant movie Aliens was. The Aliens text is in all caps, so I don't really feel like that holds any significance because I think it's the same way in the movie. And Alien was in one of the past Mortal Kombats, if I'm not mistaken. So I really feel like this is just him trolling and fucking around. I don't think it's anything significant." The next day, he tweets out the Mortal Kombat 4 logo, and it says drill cap in the text. I don't really think that that holds any significance also. However, it is consistent with the tweet that he put out on 5/26, which says, "If all goes well, next week we will be announcing the fighters that will be joining Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 11's DLC." So if you look at that date and then him tweeting out that on 5/28, it kind of goes consistent with the next week as far as the timeline of when we should be getting some information. So I think that's just hinting at 4 days as far as info goes. And then today he tweets out Axe deodorant, but it's green on the front. So if you put 2 and 2 together, some people are talking about that that's probably Nightwolf's green Axe as far as the he could be in the DLC list. I personally have a wish list of Reptile, Rain, and Spawn. Okay, so with all the timeline switching and fighters coming back from the dead and things like that anyway in Mortal Kombat, it's not really relevant who died in story mode as far as who we get to fight with online. In that case, I want to see Reptile and Rain come back. Now, Reptile, that's just something that other people have kind of been whispering about, so that would be cool, but I care more so about Rain. I loved his moveset in Mortal Kombat Trilogy. He's a very mysterious character. Spawn, and I'm a little bit biased towards the ninjas anyway. Spawn, because you see I play with Sub-Zero all the time. Ed Boon, we want Spawn! Okay, so let's think about this for a second, because I put a lot of thought into this. I wanted Spawn back in Injustice 2. We didn't get that when it was teased a lot, and we thought he was coming, he never did. So now when you look at it, Spawn is kind of an anti-hero. He's not really like Batman. He's not the superhero that's always going to do the right thing. He's very conflicted. That makes him dark and gritty, just like the Mortal Kombat 11 universe. It's a lot of blood and guts, the same way it was with his movies and comic books. So who fits this universe more than putting Spawn in the game? Now let's talk about playstyles. I think about Devora and the way that she uses her legs in the game. You could have Spawn use his mechanics the same exact way as far as when you want to incorporate his chains and his cape into his moveset. The way that she uses her legs on certain attacks, certain meter burns, certain amplifiers, you could have him use that same exact thing, because if you remember, in a lot of the past comics and movies, those were an actual weapon for him. It wasn't there just for design or show. His cape used to expand and attack. His chains would do the same thing. So when you look at Devora and the way that she uses her legs, that's the same exact way you could incorporate a playstyle for Spawn using his cape and his chains. Secondly, you have Erron Black in the game. We know that Spawn has some guns that he likes to shoot, so his mechanics as far as his gun game could be incorporated to some extent. You don't got to make him a straight zoner with it, because we want to use the cape and the chains also, but maybe just give him like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 gun moves that you could use as a playstyle for Erron Black. It fits perfectly with him. Thirdly, when it comes to his necroplasm moves, Cetrion. Cetrion is a zoner. A lot of her moves are based around using ice, fire, water, like the elements. So you can kind of use that same mechanic style as far as incorporating Spawn's necroplasm attacks. That would be perfect. Now, me personally, I want him in this game badly. It has been rumored. I remember he was in Soul Calibur before, and that made no sense to me because that game is bright and beautiful and like big and large, where this game is more like gritty. It's more about like the violence, the gore. Spawn fits that perfectly. All his movies and his comic books are very consistent with that style, so we should have him in the game. I think there's supposed to be 12 rumored characters, period. I don't give a fuck about who the other 11 are. If you give me Spawn, Even though I just mentioned Rain, fuck Rain too. If you give me Spawn, I don't care about who else you put in the game. I don't have any other ridiculous requests. I know some people were clamoring for Shaggy, and I think that was pretty stupid. If you give me Spawn, you can do whatever the fuck you want with the other 11 characters. All I care about is having Al Simmons in the game. Please, Ed Boon, give us Spawn. We want him. Okay, so at this point, all we pretty much have is speculation. We do know that Ed Boon is a troll, which we were already aware of. And we also know that we're getting some type of confirmation of information this weekend around June 1st or 2nd. That would be Saturday or Sunday. What I will say, it was some type of list that was leaked out previously. It was rumored to be the DLC that was going to be added in for Mortal Kombat 11 on Switch. And these fighters were supposedly Shang Tsung, Joker, Nightwolf, Terminator, Sindel, Spawn, Ash from Evil Dead, Fujin, and Shiva. Now we know that Shang Tsung is confirmed. I don't really got a lead on the rest of these characters, and like I said, it's all speculation at this point. With so many different lists and sources of information, we don't know who's being credible and who's not. So it's all pretty much speculation. I will say, as I stated earlier, if we can get Spawn, all bets are off for me. I really don't care who else comes in the game at that point, as long as I can get Spawn. Let me know who is at the top of you guys' wish list. I don't really want the game to have silly characters. I remember at one time somebody said something about having Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and I did see some cool fan art where they made him as a Revenant, and it looked pretty awesome. But at the same time, I want the game to stay kind of serious. I don't really want a bunch of silly characters, even though that this Mortal Kombat has their fighters they gave their fighters so much more personality in this game than any of the previous installments. All you gotta do is look at Johnny Cage to confirm that. It's a ton of personality in this game as far as all the characters go. However, I still want there to be a certain level of seriousness to who gets put in the game. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. It is your boy Loot Streets. I am out. As always, if you did like this video, please hit the like button, and of course hit subscribe and stick around. I'll always be back in the future with more Mortal Kombat 11 content. I do love this game. It's rumored they're supposed to be having 3 to 4 years of content as far as replay goes and being added into this game. So we're going to be around for a while with this one. So I'm really curious to see what they do. I'm looking forward to this weekend's confirmation of information. Like I said, I want Spawn. Let me know who's at the top of you guys' wish list. Until the next time, peace out.